What's the deal?
Well, I'm out here in Oakland. I was just hanging out with Money B the other day. He's doing pretty good.
You wrote that made that bio for us, huh?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I like that bio. That was great.
Oh, good. I'm glad you do. Yeah, I just checked it out, and I just Money B showed me the album artwork and all.
Oh, beautiful.
So when is it coming out, the album?
The latest time is September 8th.
Okay, that makes more sense. But that's still pretty early. That's still really good going.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to follow up on the story I did because my editor sent it back to me, Sheena Lester, and she just asked me to ask a few more questions just to get it right, okay?
No problem.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, first up, you were born in New York City, right?
Yeah, Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, okay. And then you were raised in Far Rockaway, and then in Miami.
Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida. And then when you were in Florida, you worked at a radio station.
Yeah, WTMP.
WTMP?
Yeah, WTMP is Black AM Radio.
Okay. And what did you do there? You were a DJ?
Yes.
Meaning you were a mixer or a personality or both?
Both.
Okay.
Back then it was all one thing, you know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so you got paid?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, so you were a commercial DJ?
Right.
Okay, great. And how long were you doing that for?
Florida.
Yeah, how long was that for?
About a year or two.
Okay. And let's see.
Meanwhile, we had the Master Blasters. We were doing the parties at Riverfront Park as well, and mobile DJs.
And that was down in Florida?
It was mobile DJs, yeah.
Okay, and you called yourselves the Master?
All New York transplants, and we all hooked up because we all lived in Florida together.
Okay.
Like, you know, one was from the Bronx, one was from Brooklyn, one was from Queens, etc. One was from Newark, New Jersey.
Hey, when did you met Money B at True Ricky Vincent? Was it? You heard of Maggot?
No.
Okay, how did you meet him?
Well, Jimmy, who's working with me,
Yeah.
said somebody referred a DJ to him was supposed to be pretty tight. So Fuse came and auditioned for us at the studio. We liked Fuse. Then we asked Fuse to go on tour with us, and he said, well, I'm a crew. Well, Raw Fusion used to be called MGM. He said, you know, my partner's Money B. We're partners, everything we do, so if I go on tour, you guys just find something for my man to do. So Money B came on those first few tours with us and just wound up working on the first album and everything, and just became a member through, me and Mun met really through, we needed a DJ.
Right.
And he came as part of, you know, part of the package.
So that was in '88?
Yeah.
Okay. Getting back to Georgia in '93, remember when you nearly got busted? That was for what? That you nearly got busted for indecency?
Georgia?
Yeah.
93?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I have a thing here that says that there was some naked dancers, and in Georgia, I thought you told me this in 1993, you had a live show.
Oh, that's many times, not just Georgia. That was UCLA, everywhere.
Okay, so because I asked Money B, and he said he thought it was USC, but I said you had told me UCLA.
USC, right.
USC, okay. Now that was that a family event or that was just a homecoming event?
Oh, it was a college shit, you know.
But it wasn't little kids or anything, right?
Nah.
Okay, that's what.
College age kids.
No, okay, that's what I figured.
The lady still freaked out because she said, you know, it was females, you know.
Lesbian, pseudo-lesbian, actually, yeah.
Right. And it was disrespectful to women or something, whatever, you know.
Right.
It was a little bit.
Right.
I'll admit it, but still, it was all in fun.
Hey, getting back to, I know I kind of asked you about this before, but the fire, remember the Oakland Hills fire in, what year was that, 91?
91, yeah.
Did that, you lost a lot of stuff in that, right? You lost all your records and tapes?
Yeah.
Like master tapes of recordings?
That too, discs of unreleased stuff, like the stuff that we were about to put out.
Which would have been on the second album?
Most of that stuff would have been on third album.
On the third album, okay.
The first three albums, if you notice, they all have a similar sound. Sons of the P, Sex Packets, and EP release.
Right.
And after that, things sounded really different. We started using different equipment, and you know, we're forced to just like that move. The fire did change our sound up a little bit.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay. And going back again, you were married between 94 and 96, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got engaged in 93.
Okay.
Yeah, we were together about a year before that. So we were together about 4 years.
Okay, and married for 3 of the 4.
Right.
Okay. And then the marriage ended because of, I think you told me, like sort of like amicable differences, like you both agreed that because you were out on the road a lot?
Yeah, there wasn't really a marriage there, you know.
because you were gone so much.
Right.
And she lived back here.
Exactly.
Okay. Now you told me before that after there was a time when it was kind of like everything slowed down, and then you started working with the Loonies, and you sort of rediscovered things.
Yeah.
What sort of things did you rediscover back in those days? What was it like? You sort of meditated on stuff. You kind of had like a sort of a kind of like you described it as like what was it? Like a jet lag from success. That's what you said. The jet lag.
Oh yeah, the jet lag.
So what was it you kind of rediscovered then? You sort of like musically, because you said you kind of drifted far from where you guys started out.
Well, because you bring all your experiences into the first couple albums, but then after that you just live on tour, and we live on tour and record parties in the studio, and you become, the busier you are, the more out of touch you are with just the normal pulse of life in the street. So taking some time out when things slowed down, then I was behind the scenes, and I got to see how the artists look from the outside looking in, watching the Loonies develop, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Saphir and Tupac do their thing, and then it was easy to reassess things and go, okay, if we get in now, we'll get in, if we get back in the game, as I work things and projects and get back visible again, these are some of the things I want to look for and maintain, and for these are holes that I'm aware that can be stepped in very easily and shit. Yo, hold on 1 second.
Sure.
All right. Hello?
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, you mentioned about like Saphir, Loonies, and Tupac. So when you were working with the Loonies on the first album, their album came out 3 years ago, right? 95, but you were recording it the year before, so that was 94, right?
Mm-hmm.
The time then you were, and then you went out on tour with them as their DJ, and that was 90, right after the album?
Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
All right, absolutely sorry about that.
That's okay, no problem.
So
Okay, I was just trying to get the sense of timing. So it was like the Loonies album was being recorded during 94. It came out in 95, the first album, that is.
Yeah.
And then you went out on tour with them on the road as their DJ that same year, 95 or 96, or over the 2 years?
I was like a hype man, not just a DJ.
You were a hype man and a DJ, or just a hype man?
A hype man, I'd come out and do, 5 on it, and then support and warm the crowd up and shit like that. And sometimes in the middle of Looney show, we do a digital song sometimes. Dot was the DJ. Or Fuse actually was DJ through the beginning, the early Looney tours.
Okay, but you weren't the DJ then?
Huh?
You were not the DJ?
No.
Okay, I thought that's
what... There was a show somewhere where I would just sat in on turntables clowning around with the Humpty fit on.
Right.
It was just a fun thing, but I never really was seriously the DJ. It was Fuse and then later Dot.
Okay, so now the deal with Critique BMG, it dissolved because their company dissolved, right?
Exactly.
They just went bankrupt or whatever.
Right, they had some major reinvestment problems that had nothing to do with the artists on their label or nothing. It was just like whoever was supposed to re-up with them, I think it was Sony,
right,
didn't. So they had no money to work with, so they just had to fold up shop. It was a blessing in disguise for us because we wound up Jake Interscope, and so far they're giving us, a really lot of love as far as not pulling no punches and not sparing no change on the videos and the promotion and everything. Looks like it's going to be good. We got a loud street team,
Yeah, and how was it you hooked up with them initially again?
I was doing, Fenny called me in to do some work on Tupac's Are You Still Down album that came out, but the stuff I did didn't get sample clearances in time, but still we were working on it, and we were working on some stuff from a future Tupac album that didn't come out yet. And while I was down there, she had this dude, Gary Katz, helping her in the studio, who is like a old school rock producer. He produced most of Steely Dan stuff. So later on, Gary put his own label together, and then we were one of the acts he was interested in, and he always said, I was there watching you work in the studio, and out of all the producers who was working on the Tupac stuff, he just said, I like the way you worked. What are you working on now? And I said, well, I'm still trying to do another digital album. I got this, I got that. And so he wanted to hear some shit, sent him some tapes. And he was like, boom, he likes the digital album. I was like, you sure you want to do it like this? Is it time to say Shock G solo? Is it time to do compilation or a new act or D-Flow Productions or what? And he was like, no, Digital Underground. That name means something,
Right.
And if we do it again, it just means even all that much more.
Right.
So we just maintained,
And that was this year or last year?
When we signed with them?
Well, when you first met the guy.
Oh, No, that was last year. Yeah, way last year. Last summer.
Okay.
Not this summer, 2 summers ago, like August of two Augusts ago.
August 96?
Yeah, that's when everybody was, all the DJs, all the producers was turning in their tracks for the remixes for Are You Still Down?
Okay.
Pac record.
Right.
And he was just around in the studio. The 3 songs that we did for Tupac that time when he was there, 2 of them were supposed to go on this album that hasn't come out yet, some type of early days album. And then the other one was supposed to go on the Are You Still Down album, but it had a Bill Withers sample in it, and they wouldn't clear the sample, so I just got dicked out of the hole, not having nothing on Pac's new album.
Right.
They still liked it, paid me for it, and kept it, and they said they're going to use it for something future. I hope so, because all the Machiavelli 4 and 5, all the bootlegs coming out is almost like making a lot of the stuff we worked on damn near obsolete. Like this bootleg shit's beating it out, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Like, damn.
So anyway, moving up then to the Who Riders, you produced how many tracks for their debut album?
1.
1 track. Which track was it again?
True Players in the Game.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the first album. You did stuff for the second album, but it didn't make it on. Or no, that was with Loonies, of course.
Loonies, right.
Because Who Riders only have 1 album. Okay.
Yeah, Yuck and Numb couldn't agree on which ones they wanted to use, and then it became an ego thing. So the one that Numb thought was cool, Yuck said he ain't like it, and the one that Yuck thought was cool, Numb said he ain't like it. And then they both just passed on it. And in hindsight, God, I wish they would have used either one of them because they were up-tempos. And the album wound up lacking some up-tempo, really like, it was a little trendier than they wanted to do. They wanted everything hard and dark at that time, like real Ghetto Boys and Face Mob. But I was like, I gave him a track off of Do You Wanna, Do You Wanna? I'll Be Sure.
Yeah.
Up-tempo, be like a dance floor kind of club track. That's what I thought where it was going on the radio and everything, but
that kind of, in a way, you told me that before, that kind of sums up, like, your style is more sort of happy and upbeat.
It just depends on the mood and the rapper.
Yeah.
Like 5150, I'm swinging dark because Yuck and Numb were telling a dark tale on it. Or like, So Many Tears.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little seriouser than I like to do music because it was,
Right.
But then when I'm producing Humpty, you know what I mean? And other artists, listen to the shit. I have 3 tracks on Sophia's new album.
Yeah, I got that one here.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different moods on that. Now, when I'm with Sophia, I got more opportunity to do darker moods, like Crawl For Your Ball, his first single.
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, that's a track where I'm trying to get it kind of funky. It's still got, like you said, it's still a more, and
Liquid Hole Magnet, that's huge.
Running Man, that's a dark one. Woo!
Yeah.
Running Man is on his album, too. That's the one I feel out of the 3 I gave him came out the best. And Liquid Hole Magnet, that's my erotic style.
Right.
I think more than anything, more than I'm dark or happy, I think I try to produce sensuous tracks that kind of have a sexy feel to them, that seduce you. Even if they're hard or they're soft or they're fast, slow, happy, sad, I like them to seduce. They're real, like, seductive, sexy chords. I hit them sexy chords,
Right.
Like I Get Around had some of them sexy chords in it, or like Liquid Hole Magnet, that shit I did for Sophia.
Uh-huh.
It's got them fucking, I call them heroin chords. That shit just makes you nod in like hot,
All right. Well, listen, I don't want to mess up your Saturday night there. I didn't know you were still in New York till Money B told me, because I was just there myself last week. I thought you were along. I was down are you still on Bleecker Street?
Yeah, I'm sitting right where me and you talked the first time.
Well, guess what? I was staying, this time I didn't stay out in Queens, I stayed on Mott and Houston.
Damn, you were right around the corner.
Yeah, and I had a bike. I was fucking cycling everywhere, and I was going all around the neighborhood, and I was went by 88hiphop.com. Have you gone down there yet?
Mm-mm.
It's right down there. It's on Houston and Broadway. It's like an internet hip-hop show. Brand Nubian were in there last week. They have a lot of people stop in.
I love that bio, man. You had me cracking up. I read it for the first time the other day.
Really? What was cracking you up about it?
When it got to something like, it said Peanut Hakeem, blah, 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 and then you said they like to call him PH for short. I was cracking up. Only niggas from the Bay is going to get that, like Player Hater,
Right.
Like they call him PH for short.
Well, you know what I liked was when you had the one,
That's just funny.
The normally known as Shock G.
Now known as, and then I put a compass.
Yeah, the compass, I like that. I didn't know that one before. And also I like the the purple suit that you were decked out in.
Oh yeah, all that shit was fun, man. I'm trying to just keep my little corner of humor and keep it fun, man.
Yeah.